I'm rehashing because I've been working on this. I went and I recorded it, and I think I'm going to call this song finished. But I played this last time we were together, and I'm going to try it again. They're singing in the canyons a feral, mournful song. I always imagine that you heard and sang along, but today it's just coyotes that celebrate kill. As you go beneath the ground, your voice is just gone still. I keep walking through the neighborhood, thinking we might meet, but your spirit doesn't visit me. I'm left with memories of books we read and songs we loved and meals we like to eat. How far away peace and quiet seems to be today. I just keep walking, hoping you'll find peace and rest for your weary head. As coyotes sing their songs out through the scrub oak and the trees, it floats through the canyons like eucalyptus leaves. I just keep walking through the neighborhood, hoping you'll find peace and rest for your weary head. They're singing in the canyons a feral, mournful song. I always imagined that you heard and sang along. It seems kind of weird to just leave it hanging there, but I kind of like it.
I was going to say
Oh,
I
good.
Yeah,
did too.
yeah, that's good. It works.
No, I think it fits the mood of the song.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's getting easier to sing, but it's not an easy song to sing.
No,
It's
I
not easy, not
imagine.
an easy topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went and I recorded this at my friend's studio, and I gotta say, man, singing through really nice microphones just is horrible because you're spoiled from then on.
Yeah.
Did you study a lot of writing at some point?
Yes.
It shows.
Oh, thanks.
No.
So, I mean, I think I've said this before, but I went to Arkansas, went to the university, and spring semester of my freshman year, I was enrolled in a creative writing class, and the grad student couldn't show up. So Miller Williams came. And so I met Miller Williams and spent an awful lot of my undergraduate time in the creative writing program and with him. And so he was something of a mentor. He
Right.
Nice.
was Lucinda's dad, so
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
know.
oh,
Oh, I was going
Cool.
to ask you, who's he?
yeah, he was Lucinda's dad. He just died 2 years ago, maybe.
Wow.
But it was a really cool program, especially at that time. And so I got to meet her and sort of was my introduction to not really my introduction, but it was my immersion in sort of the Texas songwriters,
Nice.
the Guy Clarks and the Townses and
Mhm.
Hmm.
that whole crew I sort of got to be around. So that's how I spent time with that.
Nice.
Plus, I'm a reader, so I read a lot,
Me too.
I used to
which seems
before Netflix.
yeah. Well, it's funny because I thought, like, especially during a lockdown, that's where I'd spend my time, and I ended up kind of checking out from the modern world and just reading a lot. I was looking at my Kindle, and like it's about 100 books a year for the past couple of years.
I
Wow.
go through about a book a week or so.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so yeah, I write a lot and I read a lot, and it's frustrating because I write a lot more that's really, really, really crap. But you just keep chiseling away and they start to take form.
That's one of the maxims. That's one of the maxims of songwriting, right? You've got to give yourself permission to write a shitty song, right?
Yeah.
Not
I-
everything that comes out is, pure gold, right?
Right.
yeah. I
Unless, yeah.
was
Right.
having a conversation with a friend of mine a few years back, and he was about 3 albums into whatever career he was having. And I'm like, so Lauren, how do you write? How long was it before you were good? And he's like, I wasn't good until I had written about 200 songs. He's like, I was, and then he said, good is relative because I wasn't acceptable until about 200 songs in. And he's like, how many songs have you written? I'm like, I got a few to go, but it's approaching that. And it was right around that
Hmm.
point where I wrote something that I thought, okay, that's okay. So
Wow.
Well, I'm
I've
going
only,
to do
I've
one.
only written
Oh.
like 8, and I think a couple of them are okay.
Right.
yeah, it's 200 might
one of
like
mine too.
I'm not putting that in as a maxim, right? It's just
Right.
like, okay, it takes a lot of effort. It's harder than you want it to be. At least
No,
it's
but-
harder than I want it to be.
But that makes it more it's more rewarding than a lot of other things, right? And
Well,
speaking of Southern songwriters, Southern Canadian songwriters, anyways. So, me and Jenny have tickets to see Gordon Lightfoot in Tucson in April,
Nice.
and
Oh,
Max Gomez has been added as the opening act in all of it on the Gordon Lightfoot tour now, and then Draper's going to see him a few days later in San Diego.
yeah, well, you guys had sent like that you had seen him, and then she sent me a text saying he's going to be in San Diego, and I saw that Max was opening. I'm like, okay, well, I'm in. So,
Yeah.
and there were
and then
tickets.
Ian Tyson passed away.
That
Yeah.
was that too. Yeah, we did a couple of Ian Tyson songs in the jams when we were down there, but we have our fingers crossed that Gordon's going to last at least until April because he's 85, right?
Speaking of old guys, how was Bill Hearn? He's really getting up there.
You know what? He was better than I expected.
Yeah.
Some songs were actually not bad. Were pretty good, and other ones were not so great, right?
Yeah.
But it was a short set.
Yeah.
But he was good. He was good. He's not that entertaining from a banter perspective or anything, right? But Max certainly is. Max, everybody really enjoyed the show, and it was in that John Cocteau Theater, which, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Game of Thrones guy has basically done a bunch of stuff in Santa Fe. Like, he's got this dinner train that runs down from Lamy into downtown and stuff, with the Game of Thrones dragon on the side and stuff, but. He bought up this whole block that includes that theater, and he redid it. Like, it was trash before, broken windows and everything, and they redid it. It's a really nice little theater, 76 seats only, but it's really
Wow.
nice. Yeah, it was
Nice.
quite nice. but he's quite the philanthropist around town. I don't think many of these ventures actually make money, but so
Hell, if you're in the Game of Thrones, you should have some moolah.
yeah, and he's old, so you know what? You can't take it with you, right?
Right.
So, all right, Barb.
Well, I'm gonna do a song that was inspired by my Uncle Max. He told